Trustee Anselmo.
Here.
Trustee Berger.
Here.
Trustee Zalick.
Here.
Trustee Frusaloni.
Here.
Trustee McCarthy.
Here.
Mayor Severino.
Here. Please stand and face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Their motion to approve the minutes of our April 7th, 2025 Village Board meeting.
So moved?
Second?
Moved by Trustee McCarthy, seconded by Trustee Frusaloni. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Guthrie.
Aye.
Trustee Anselmo.
Aye.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Frusaloni.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Approval but not release executive session minutes from April 7th, 2025 Village Board meeting.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Trustee Zalick, seconded by Trustee Anselmo. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Guthrie.
Aye.
Trustee Anselmo.
Aye.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Frusaloni.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Got it here, sir? Resolution number 3413, a resolution honoring Kelly Lally upon his retirement from the Village of Carroll Stream Police Department. Whereas Kelly Lally joined the Carroll Stream Police Department as a police officer on March 30th, 1998, and whereas Kelly Lally has held many roles within the police department as an officer, including lead homicide investigator, juvenile officer, range officer, evidence technician, and detective. And whereas Kelly Lally served on the DuPage County Major Crimes Task Force, a multi-jurisdictional team that investigated violent felonies. And whereas Kelly Lally was promoted to the rank of sergeant on August the 5th, 2019, serving in the capacity of patrol sergeant and supervising the department's evidence technician program. And whereas Kelly Lally graduated from Northwestern University School of Police Staff and Command on January 15, 2021. And whereas Kelly Lally has been recognized for his exemplary service throughout his career, earning multiple commendations, including the Chief's Award of Merit for his diligent work in a homicide investigation. And whereas Kelly Lally, after a total of 27 years of service to the village, has made the decision to retire from public service with the Village of Carroll Stream Police Department. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and the Board of Trustees of the Village of Carroll Stream, on behalf of all the former and present elected and appointed officials and residents of Carroll Stream, that under Section 1, the services, the dedication displayed by Kelly Lally to the Village of Carroll Stream and his accomplishments in the field of law enforcement are hereby recognized and commended. Under Section 2, Kelly Lally has wished the very best of happiness and health in his retirement. This resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after approval by law. Is there a motion?
Absolutely. I would
I'll
be
second.
honored to make that motion.
So you make that motion, and I'm sure Trustee Zalick wanted to
I will,
second that motion.
please.
Trustee Guthrie.
Aye.
Trustee Anselmo.
Aye.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Frusaloni.
I guess aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
We've got what I read for you.
Very nice, very nice. Mayor Severino, thank you very much. Village Board, Village Manager, Department Heads, Chief Don, officers in the back, everybody here today. It's been a good ride. 27 years, it went a lot faster than I thought it would, but here it is. So Thank you very much. It's been an honor to work and serve for the village. It's been able to give me the life that I have, be able to provide for my family and contribute and give back something to the community. We've had nothing but your guys' support, the village's support in every way, and it's been good. It's been good. I'm real proud today. My daughter Shannon is here, my dad, and my wife Amy, and if it wasn't for my family, there's no way without their support that I wouldn't have been able to do half of what I did. So thank you very much. I know us as a department, we appreciate your guys' support, and I know these guys are going to continue to do a fantastic job, and it's been an absolute honor to serve with each and every one of them, and I wish them nothing but health, safety, and good things to come with them in the future. So thank you very much.
Well, I want to thank you personally as the mayor of Carroll Stream and knowing you for a long time. You were actually here 3 years before me, but you've done an excellent job. You've made Carroll Stream a much better community, a much safer community, and from me, thank you very much for that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I think he said it perfectly. You will be missed.
We'd like you to come up and take a picture with us.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Would you like the wife, being she played such a big part in your,
Wasn't for you, I wouldn't be as I was.
wait a second, he trained you?
He trained me.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're the one.
I'm the one who's lying.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yep, thank you.
All right, and 3, 2, 1. We're gonna do another one. And 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. I mean, considering.
Beautiful.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for all you've done.
Came fast.
What are you going to do now?
I'm going to be working for the state's attorney's office as an investigator.
Very cool.
There you go.
Start here in a couple of weeks, so,
For Berlin?
yes.
Honeydew list for them, right?
So-
Okay, good. All right.
States. Thank you.
Thanks again. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You need anything, let me know. Thank you.
Sorry.
I just had mine, I don't know what I did with it. One more sheet. Okay. Do we have any internet?
We
Nothing?
do not, no.
No, nothing from the audience today? No, nothing for the listening post? Okay, is there a motion to establish a consent agenda?
So moved?
Second?
Moved by trustee McCarthy, seconded by trustee Frizzaloni. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Guthrie.
Aye.
Trustee Anselmo.
Aye.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzaloni.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, would you please read what is on the consent?
Certainly. Staff reports and recommendations. Approval of the proposals for professional services and the independent contractors agreement with B&F Construction Code Services not to exceed $70,000 in fiscal year 25-26.
Yes.
Yes.
Waiver of competitive bidding and approval of the purchase of 5 2025 Ford pickup trucks from Hawk Ford of Carroll Stream for an amount of $263,780.52.
Yes.
Yes.
Ordinances. Ordinance amending Chapter 6, Article 13, Section 16-13-3, 16-13-4, and 16-13-7 of the Carroll Stream Code of Ordinances, fees and securities for construction and new development.
Yes.
Yes.
That is ordinance number 2025-04-14. Ordinance implementing a municipal grocery retailer's occupation tax and a municipal grocery service occupation tax within the Village of Carroll Stream, DuPage County, Illinois. This action retains the 1% tax on groceries that was repealed in 2024 by the Illinois Legislature, effective January 1st, 2026. There is no resulting increase or decrease in taxes to be collected on groceries.
Yes.
Yes.
That is ordinance number 2025-04-15. Resolutions. Resolution honoring Cheryl Lewis upon her retirement from the Village of Carroll Stream Police Department.
Yes.
That is resolution number 3414. Resolution honoring Douglas Dunteman upon his 20th anniversary of employment with the Village of Carroll Stream Police Department.
Yes.
Yes.
That is resolution number 3415. Resolution adopting the 2025-26 Employee Compensation Plan for the Village of Carroll Stream, which includes a general wage adjustment of 2.75% plus a 0.75 equity adjustment, and funding this year's performance-based non-union compensation program at a set 2.75% adjustment.
Yes.
Yes.
That is resolution number 3416. Resolution authorizing the participation in the Northern Illinois Municipal Electric Collaborative, NIMEC, and authorizing the mayor or his designee to approve a contract with the lowest cost electricity provider for a period up to 36 months.
Yes.
That is resolution number 3417. New business. Approval of a raffle license and waiver of the fee and manager's fidelity bond for the Carroll Stream Parks Foundation Putt and Pour event on June 4th, 2025 at Coyote Crossing.
Yes.
Yes.
Payment of bills, regular bills, April 8th, 2025 through April 21st, 2025.
Yes.
Yes.
Addendum warrants, April 8th, 2025 through April 21st, 2025.
Yes.
Yes.
Treasurer's report, revenue expenditure statements and balance sheet for the month ended March 31st, 2025.
Received.
Received.
And that concludes the items on the consent agenda, Mr. Mayor.
There a motion to put those items on the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by trustee McCarthy, seconded by trustee
Guthrie.
Guthrie? Guthrie. Call a roll, please.
Trustee Guthrie?
Aye.
Trustee Anselmo?
Aye.
Trustee Berger?
Aye.
Trustee Zalick?
Aye.
Trustee Frusaloni?
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy?
Aye.
Their motion to approve those items by unanimous vote.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by trustee Frusaloni, seconded by trustee Anselmo. Is that, clerk, call a roll, please.
Trustee Guthrie?
Aye.
Trustee Anselmo?
Aye.
Trustee Berger?
Aye.
Trustee Zalick?
Aye.
Trustee Frusaloni?
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy?
Aye.
Report officers, huh? Let's see. Trustee Guthrie.
This is going very quick. Very excited about the cleanup momentum and activity that we have here in Carroll Stream. I just want to do a shout out that we do have a cleanup of a pond happening on May 3rd. And if I believe what I think could happen, we would have all of the bodies of water in Carroll Stream all cleaned up by May 3rd, or on May 3rd, which is great. I want to shout out to two individuals who helped clean up some of the ponds that were west of Kearney Farm, that was done previous weekend, Tony Valine and Chuck Lindquist. And for my last comment, I just want to do a shout out to Sherry Balvis. She is part of the parade committee. That group is looking for different ways to raise money. She came up with a very unique idea that I'm sure has been done before, but I just want to say that it's individuals like her, it's neighbors like her, it's people like her that are making Carroll Stream, my opinion, a better town. So just a simple shout out to Sherry Balvis, and that ends my report, Mayor.
Thank you, trustee Guthrie. Trustee Anselmo,
Thank you, Mayor. Welcome back.
thank you.
Yes, again, congratulations, Officer Lally, on your retirement. Enjoy it. Another trail cleanup, I'll repeat that as my last few reports, is April 26th. The Friends of the Great Western Trails is doing a cleanup. You could sign up at friendsofthegreatwesterntrails.com. And lastly, and I know I mention this every meeting, and I'm probably, you're sick of hearing it, but it seems like, you know, if I can bring awareness to folks that are speeding around town, maybe I've done part of my job here. It just seems like it's getting worse around my area, a street, around schools. It just seems like speeding is just being ignored. I just ask folks if you could be more cognizant of your speeding and driving through neighborhoods. I'd appreciate it. We all would. That's my report.
Thank you, trustee Anselmo. Trustee Berger.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to say I hope everybody had a great Easter. And I want to thank everybody who helped out and donated for the Rotary Food Drive. It was another record-setting food drive, and it was pretty amazing. And of course, that goes to help all of those in need here in the area, which is always a great thing. And that ends my report.
Thank you, Trustee Berger. That is a great thing when you think the bags tournament gave so much money.
Yeah.
And then you collected all that food back to back.
Nice little 1-2 punch.
Yeah, a good one.
Wonderful one. You gave them immediate food, and then they'll be able to buy what they need down the road, which is wonderful. Trustee Zalick.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would first like to congratulate Kelly Lally. Again, I know my last report a couple weeks ago, and also Cheryl Luz. I worked alongside both of them, and I hope they both enjoy their retirement. And let's keep our first responders and military in our thoughts and prayers. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Zalick. Trustee Frizzaloni.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I also want to congratulate Sergeant Lally. I'm very sad to see him go. He is a person who I enjoyed over the years volunteering with the police volunteers, and always knew that he was going to have a smile, a kind word, or an inappropriate joke, whatever the situation needed to be. And I appreciate that, especially when I worked at the Park District and sometimes I needed the police to come and help at a special event. It was always nice to see friendly faces. So congratulations to him. I'm sad to see him retire. To kind of piggyback off of what Trustee Berger said, the community food drive was like nothing I've ever seen. And I've done it, I think this was my 14th year doing it, I think 14 years. Actually, they're helping at it, not just contributing to it. The bags were heavy. Every bag was heavy. So over the years, you'll see someone will put, 1 or 2 cans of goods in the bag. Every bag was overflowing. We filled up from one end of Glenbard North, so door 28, I think it is, all the way down at the far end of the sidewalk by the baseball fields, and then wrapped around the island where the Judy Oakland bench is, and everywhere in between. So by the time we got done, it was the equivalent of 13 6-foot tables, top, bottom, sides, front, back, as far as we could fit to each food pantry. Last year, I believe we did 10 tables, and it wasn't nearly as much as this year. I got there early this year. Trustee Berger was there when District 93 pulled up their truck full. And the boxes were unbelievably heavy. And when Trustee McCarthy showed up, we spent hours repackaging their boxes because they were too heavy for even 1 or 2 people to carry. He did. But that wasn't actually his fault. They folded the bottom of the boxes, so when we tried to take them off the tailgate, it just went everywhere. This is, I will say officially, the first food drive that we had where we did not break a bottle of pasta sauce, pickles, jelly. You tried. I mean, you had 4 bottles that came out of that, and however it landed, the only thing that broke open, Janet did, the elbow pasta was literally everywhere. A box of pasta was sacrificed in the food drive, but it was absolutely incredible. The food pantries, 2 of them had to make trips and come back because there was just that much food this year. So when we say Carol Stream is a giving community, it's like nothing you have ever seen in addition to the money that we gave each food pantry. They were all so thankful. Huge kudos to Deb Cartwright for organizing all of that. We had 2 food pantries at the same time show up. So we had one at door 28, one at door 27. We divided the group of volunteers, most volunteers we've ever had. Thankfully, reinforcements came at like 1:45, which was great. A church group came. It was great to have that many volunteers because we were able to load 2 food pantries at exactly the same time. And we were all done and wrapped up by 3:30. Yeah, about 3:30, I think. So just thank you to everyone in this town for taking care of our community and those right now who need a little extra help with food, because we all know the prices at the grocery store are not going down anytime soon. So this, I'm hoping we'll get them into the summer months. And with that, I will end my report.
Thank you, Trustee Frizzaloni, and congratulations on your son
Thank you.
becoming a police officer.
Yes, I'm very proud. My youngest son turned 21 on Saturday. He has accepted a position with the Romeoville Police Department. He will be leaving for the Police Academy the first week of May. May 16th, he graduates from Lewis University a year early. And in August, I will be a very proud mama when he graduates from the Police Academy, and we get to celebrate everything. So,
So we're all proud of him.
Thank you.
You raised them, you and your husband did a great job with your boys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee McCarthy?
Sergeant Lally, congratulations. You're always a friendly face and always ready to have a discussion in simple terms to make it easy. I appreciate everything you did, not just being a police, but you always looked out for everybody, and you, as I said, you will be missed. Also, Cheryl, congratulations on your retirement, and congratulations to Douglas Stuntman on his 20th anniversary. Thank you to the kids of the 5th graders of Cloverdale. They all sent Trustee Frizzaloni and I all kinds of thank you letters and what they talked about their questions. And you've mentioned before, when you go in there and they ask questions, the kids are pretty sharp. They're asking questions, well, what do you got to do to be mayor? And, how long does it take to become mayor or a trustee? How much do you make, of course? They were all shocked. They were all guessing we made like $50,000 or $100,000.
They actually think that my house belongs to the village. This isn't the White House. I mean, I've had people ask me.
But the cool thing is how polite the kids are. I mean, they wanted to have a conversation. It wasn't just, oh, we have to be here because the teacher said so. They were having fun asking questions, and it wasn't us talking down to them. We sat down and had a discussion with them, which I thought was, myself and Trustee Frizzaloni thought was the way to do it. Talk to them, talk with them, and it was a lot of fun. A couple people mentioned the parade committee and Sherry Bovis. What a great fun idea as a fundraiser. We did it for our grandkids who are now 4 years old. Time flies. But, and to come out and put a bunch of candy eggs in your front yard where the little kids can run around and find them, what a fantastic idea. They also have they're finishing up their clothes drive that they partner with Savers. So they're thinking outside the box to find ways to raise money. Just like this year, they're starting a sponsorship program. So if anybody wants to get involved, get in touch with somebody with the parade, or look online. Facebook is Carol Stream Parade, and I believe it's carolstreamparade.com is the website. So it's just a great way to do that. And a way to be involved in a very simple way. Trustee Anselmo talked about speeding. The one thing I've noticed lately is parents, please, if you're going to get your kids electric bikes, especially younger ones, maybe know what you're buying. We've seen countless kids going up and down the sidewalks now, cooking along at a good 30 miles an hour. Somebody's going to get hurt. They're either going to accidentally hit somebody, or they're going to try to avoid somebody and get hurt coming off a bike. This stuff is dangerous, and it's something we're probably going to have to address at some point before somebody gets hurt. So please, parents, sit down and talk to your kids and make sure you know what you're buying them. Besides that, again, it's getting a little bit nicer out. Really good time to check any drains you have around the house that go into our drainage system and make sure they're clear and free flowing. make sure the curbs are cleared off and not full of stuff. And please, as you start your spring cleaning and trimming the grass, that stuff doesn't go in the street. Please either mulch it or bag it. And with that, happy spring, and hopefully now it gets a bit warmer. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you, Trustee McCarthy. Madam Clerk, have anything?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, I just wanted to echo what everyone else was saying, congratulating Sergeant Lally, who's not here at the moment, but we really appreciate his service, very happy for him. And also congratulations to Cheryl Luz from her retirement from the police department. And also Detective Dunteman, congratulations on his 20-year anniversary. I hope he stays around a lot longer. And other than that, just as Trustee Anselmo said, we do have the Great Western Trail cleanup. It's Prairie Path and Great Western Trail, but our section of the Great Western Trail in Carroll Stream, we're organizing a group at 9 a.m. this Saturday across from the Barn Owl. We'll have water, snacks, and all the supplies donated generously by Public Works. Thank you so much, Director, for getting that organized. They're going to drop all the supplies at our house on Friday, and then we'll bring everything to that location Saturday morning. So if you're interested in helping, 9 o'clock Saturday morning, and that'll take a couple of hours. And then there's a Heroes Dodgeball Tournament in Wheaton at Franklin Middle School at 3 p.m. that same day, which is always a lot of fun. It's a fundraiser to raise money for local charities, and it is comprised of local firefighters and police officers who are competing in a huge dodgeball tournament. It's super fun. So if you get a chance, come out. That's at 3 o'clock on Saturday. And other than that, just wanted to say, don't forget to shop in Dine Carroll Stream.
Thank you. Very good report, as usual. Our village attorney, Mr. Rhodes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The only thing I have is to send my best wishes to Kelly Lally and to Cheryl Luz on their retirement, and my congratulations to Doug Dunneman on his 20 years, and hopefully he will stay around for
Thank you.
longer.
Mr. Homer, village manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Welcome back. I have no report.
Thank you. No report.
No report.
That leaves it up to me. I was waiting to see if you would jump in on this one, but I got it. Okay, well, tonight, I don't know, first of all, Sergeant Lally is special. I've known him a very long time. I hate to see him go. I feel like Trustee Fruzzoloni and the rest of us. Those are the people that've been here with us the longest, and that's why you get attached to them, and they're the ones that actually help train all the younger guys that come in, and then when we see them leave, and we've been here this long, it bothers us. We know we're always in good hands, but when the top older officers start to leave, it makes me feel like we got more younger guys, and with a village our size and the staff that we have on the police department, was mentioned, we have 40,000 people and 58 officers, but we got over 20 million square feet of industrial space. That's a huge industrial park. I think right now we're second in the state of Illinois, and our police department works with those people to help a lot of things that they do. So they're very stretched at times. So some of the new programs that they're coming out with that you'll be seeing are just phenomenal. So thank you, Chief, for keeping us one step ahead of technology, right there with the technology. We appreciate what you're doing. Tonight, we passed the ordinance on grocery tax. I thought you were going to choke when I said that. We're going to charge the 1% tax that the governor took off, which is very confusing because they've been collecting the 1% tax for a very long time, and then they give it to us. Well, they decided that they didn't want to collect the tax anymore, and they don't want to have a tax anymore. So he stopped the tax. But the governor then said, but you could put your own tax on if you want to, and I'll collect it for you. Okay? I don't know if that makes any sense to me. He's already doing that, but now he wants me to put it on, and then he'll collect it, and then give it back to me. My fear is that they've done this before, and we're millions and millions of dollars, 25, 30, 35 million, over the time that they've taken our 4% of our 10% away from us. We're not the only town. Many towns are way more than us. I mean, the bigger towns like Naperville and Aurora, and there's just many towns that are much worse off than we are. Smaller towns wouldn't be as bad. I think the last number we come up with, if I'm right, was in the $34, $35 million bracket. but 4% of what we were collecting of the 10%, they kept that money. And every year, they kind of like wave that in front of us like they're going to give us something, and most of the time, we don't get anything. We get what they end up getting, what we should be getting, and then they give it away and they're heroes. This is another situation like, same thing with the LGDF that they collected. In a year from now, or 2 years from now, is he going to come back and say, we need to take 40% of that 1% because we're collecting it for you? So, I mean, they've figured out a way to give us the responsibility, but then we have no way to stop them from taking the money away. It's a bad situation that we're in, and if anybody's following the stock market and following what's happening right now in Washington, we're taking a beating because we're a democratic state. There's no question about it. We're all suffering. Republicans, Democrats, independents, and people that don't vote. We're all suffering. We're not alone. We're all in this together. Locally, we have to stick together. We have to forget about what politics are. We have to forget about who's a Democrat, who's a Republican. How do we get things done working together? How do we get things done and get along and be able to do them together where it's good for the people that put us in office? We sit up here, we're nonpartisan. I'm not a Democrat, I'm a Republican, but I have many Democratic friends that deserve to be my friends.
Absolutely.
I mean, and I'm not the only one. There's a lot of Republicans that I don't like, and there's a lot of Democrats that are good. But if you follow party lines instead of what you're put in there for, you're put in by the people. If somebody asks me, are you a Democrat or Republican, I've twice in 7 runs, I think, that I've had in office, from the fire department to here. If what I am means that much to you, don't vote for me. Because I'm not going to ask you what you are if you ever come before me and need something. You need a variance on something, I'm going to ask you, are you a Democrat or Republican? If you're a Republican, you can't have it, or if you're a Democrat, you can't. We don't do that. We work with everybody. We got to figure out a way to all work. I sat next to, and I bring this up, Greg Suarez, he sat next to me for almost 13 years. He's a Democrat. We never had any dispute about anything. We worked on it for the people, and we have to forget about party lines and start getting back to how we got where we are. Because where we are right now is not a good place, I have to tell you. I mean, when I read in the paper, it's a great time to be a Democrat. We've got the highest taxes, the highest gas prices, the egg prices, the food prices. It's not a good time to be anything right now in Illinois. But to brag about it makes me upset me even more. I have a lot of time while I was away to think. When you're alone, you get to think about a lot of things. Your mind works different, and it's, what caused us to get this way? There's no egos. We don't have any. There isn't one person on this board that has an ego. And if they do, I've never seen that ego. We do everything just like we said. Collected all the money, broke their backs collecting all that money. $92,000 for the Bags Committee, with all them volunteers and all them people, and all the good things that happen. And then somebody comes up with an idea with the eggs we don't supply any money for the 4th of July parade. So the parade committee has to go around. I feel bad for them. I mean, I'm amazed that they come up with an idea like they did with the eggs that raised $1,700. That's fantastic. And it's nice that Culver's and some of the restaurants actually do fundraisers, and they give you a percentage of whatever it is. It might be $100 or $200. All that work goes into everything, and everybody comes together, and it's for such a small amount of money. I was so excited when I saw that parade committee, $1,700. That's a big number for them to be able to come up with Easter eggs. I mean, that was a great idea. And Trustee McCarthy, he's not saying nothing. Everybody on this board threw money in, so we could make a donation to the parade committee. It was something that somebody, I don't even know who came up, it wasn't me that came up with the idea, it was somebody up here came up with the idea, and it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
We all threw money in and we gave them money, because we appreciate it. That's one of the biggest things that we do in this town is the parade. The 4th of July parade is huge for us. And then we go right into the concert and then the fireworks after that. It's the longest day from morning all the way into 10 o'clock at night that we do. It's all hands on deck, everybody, police department, fire department, everybody. Everybody's pitching in. Public Works, everybody, staff. We just got to figure out a way where we can get along with each other and forget about party lines. Because it's starting to get to the point where the people that are doing the talking are stirring people up. And, you know, I mean, you could believe what you want to believe, but make sure you're right when you make statements about the greatest place ever, because we're not in the greatest place ever right now, not from what I'm seeing it. And Trustee Fruzalone said something about how much they collected. There's a lot of people in this town that realize how bad off things are and are given more than they ever did before. We're very fortunate. We have a very fly under the radar community when it comes to fundraising and people that get involved and do things. They get involved and they don't make a big deal about it, which is really nice, and that's a perfect example. People working with people. It's nice to know that we've all played a big part in all the food that's gonna be in them food banks. All that extra money, I keep trying to tell Trustee McCarthy at the bags deal, $5,000 to a food bank is not $5,000, it's $40,000. It's 8 to 1. 8 to 1. For every dollar that they buy from Northern Illinois Food, they get $8 worth of food. So if you multiply what he's done, it's in the millions of dollars is what it's been. You won't say it, I'll say it. Well, you come up with the ideas, somebody else come, it's all about the ideas, but it's all coming together. You couldn't do it all on your own. So I mean, but somebody's got to come up with the ideas. So all I'm saying is we got to figure out a way, let's go into the summertime with a different attitude about what we're doing. We got a lot of good things happening here in Carroll Stream. We had a lot of elections that were contested, that were bad. We had none. We had 3 trustees run, nobody ran against them. I think that's phenomenal. I think, and not because I'm sitting up here, it's not me, it's the staff, it's everybody. It's all 6 trustees, the staff, everybody, our clerk, everybody. We all work together. We're one team. Sorry, Jeff, that's Jeff's motto.
It's ours.
We all are on the same end of the rope pulling, and it proves that it works. And I wish that other people around us would quit fighting with each other and come to a conclusion that by working together, it's a much better place for the people that live in that town. So with that, I'm off my soapbox. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by trustee. I know he wants to get out of here. Like,
No, I don't.
Trustee Guthrie.
Aye.
Trustee Anselmo.
Aye.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Fruzalone.
Aye.
Trustee McCarthy.
Aye.
meeting's adjourned.